Another major race we've been keeping a close eye on all evening long are the 3 open seats for Ohio Supreme Court. That includes the Chief Justice position, and here are the results there.
All right, you see here, let's take a look at the race now between Democrat Terry Jamison and Republican Pat Fisher. You see this here, and this is with 95% of precincts reporting Pat Fisher, the incumbent, seeming to take the lead here and likely to win. Here are the results for the 3rd seat between Marilyn Zayas and Republican Pat DeWine. Incumbent Pat DeWine taking the lead here. That is, of course, the governor's son, with 57% of the vote right now and 95% of precincts reporting. 10 TV's Bennett Haverly is live tonight with more on this race. Bennett?
Yolanda, I think the big headline here tonight is that there will be no shift in power dynamic. The GOP will maintain control of the Ohio State Supreme Court. Just a few moments ago, we even heard from Judge Jamison, who conceded her race to Associate Justice Pat Fisher. We also heard a victory speech from Pat DeWine, the Associate Justice, who won his respective race. Here's what he had to say.
Voters in the state care deeply about public safety, and they have elected Ohio Supreme Court that will make sure the rule of law is protected in the state.
And with Republican Sharon Kennedy moving in potentially to that Chief Justice spot, that now opens up something for Governor DeWine to appoint another justice to the state Supreme Court. Big issues were involved in this race, obviously. The court has a say in redistricting and also any challenges to Ohio's abortion law. We'll have much more in the story coming up tomorrow on Wake Up CBS. For now, reporting live, Bennett Haverly, 10 TV News.
All right, thank you, Bennett. Well, now to some of the other state races for county auditor. You see here with 95% of precincts reporting Keith Faber, the Republican incumbent, taking this again and will likely get another term there. In the Ohio Treasurer's race, you have Robert Sprague, the Republican incumbent, and that seems to be winning too. That's going to stay red there with 95% of precincts reporting.
Here's the numbers for the race for Attorney General. Dave Yost, the incumbent Republican, holding on to that position, and the results for Secretary of State. Frank LaRose keeping his position as a Republican incumbent for Secretary of State here in Ohio. Candidate races aren't the only things on the ballot tonight.
No, there are 2 statewide issues as well. Here are the results for issue 1, which has passed with an overwhelming amount of votes. 10 TV's Kiana Daitis is in studio tonight to explain what this means. Kiana?
Well, Andrew, Yolanda, effective immediately, the constitutional amendment requires courts to consider public safety, including factors like the seriousness of the offense and the person's criminal record when setting bail. Now, it's a response to an Ohio Supreme Court decision made in January when a $1.5 million bond was set for a murder suspect. The court ruled that the high bail was unconstitutional and decided judges in Ohio would no longer be required to consider public safety when it comes to cash bail, saying it could lead to excessive bail amounts. Now, opponents say it'll unfairly impact poor people and people of color, while those who support the issue say it'll keep dangerous people off the streets.
It's common sense. It's issue 1 was the reset button that would allow judges to go back to what they've done all the history of our state, which is consider public safety when they're setting bail.
And again, issue 1 goes into effect immediately. Yolanda?
All right, thank you, Kiana. Well, here are the results for issue 2, which also won with a large amount of votes. This means only U.S. citizens who are at least 18 years old and have been a legal resident and registered voter for at least 30 days can vote in Ohio's elections.